Morning, Trainiacs. It's a big day. Went to the physio yesterday, and I have a new lease on my running life. So, went and saw the physio yesterday, and he did some reassessments. He looked at some new footage that is like 4 weeks after we did the original assessment. Things are good. Things are really good. Draw sugar, basically. So let's do just a wee little brick workout here and then talk about how to approach building really big run fitness, hence like awesome fitness overall. And then I'll show you that before and after video. It's gonna be good. Life is good again. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, Trainiacs. Just a 1 hour ride on Zwift, totaling 31.5K, and then 5-minute run. 5-minute run, you might be saying? Let me explain. So running is the best way to increase your aerobic engine, your ability to push yourself at high intensities for a long amount of time. Swimming doesn't necessarily do that. That's more about technique. Bike doesn't do that nearly as well. That's more about strength and just like a low, steady endurance. But building that strong engine comes from running. Become a better runner and you'll become a better triathlete. And the easiest way to be... Quiet on set. The easiest way to become a better runner is to run more, increase your mileage, your time on your feet, or your distance. But running is the crackerjack box of injuries in triathlon. It's very hard to increase your mileage and not get injured, as I saw last year. So I go to the physiotherapist yesterday. He says that I'm making tremendous improvements, which we'll get to in a second, and that I can increase my running as much as I want and as much as I can do pain-free. But knowing that I have a history of injuries from running, I've got to be very careful. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. What they'll typically do is, let's say you're running, like the average runner will do a long run on the weekend, let's call it up to an hour, and then a run during the week, let's call that a half an hour. And then they say, you know what, I've got to increase my running because I want to get more fit. So they just add another run during the week, going from that total of 90 minutes all the way to a total of 120 minutes. A 33% increase on total running time, which is way more than what is recommended to increase only about 10% every week. So what do you do then? You do Triathlon Taren's running durability increase. In this method, as opposed to just adding, bam, one additional run a week, what we're doing is adding a bunch of little mini runs like I just did here. And I'll give you the math and the theory as to why this works. So adding that one run, we said, remember this, a 33% increase in 1 week in your running volume. Instead, if you had increased your running frequency by 3 times, adding 3 additional runs every week of only 5 minutes each, that very first week you will have only increased your running time by 17%. A little bit past that 10%, but because those runs are so short, you can really focus on good technique, not getting sloppy. And it tends to be towards the latter half of a run that you'll end up getting injured because your body starts breaking down. We did a podcast with Lauren Brandon yesterday, and she said that she has broken up her runs into 6 runs throughout the week, all of which are under about an hour and a half. That way she can stay healthy and never get into that danger zone where she starts breaking down. And then the next week, after you've added those 3 5-minute runs, you can then easily increase by 10% a week. So let's just give you some math. The next week, if you want to increase by 10%, you are going up to 3 8.5-minute runs. The next week, you're going to 3 runs of just over 12 minutes. The 4th week, you're going to 3 runs of just over 17 minutes. And in 1 month, you've increased your running volume by 55%, And at no point have you put yourself in a position where you're running longer than your body is used to. You're still just doing a 1 hour run on the weekend, a half-hour run during the week, and then 3 little mini runs, which are very easy to do as a brick workout. Check the box of doing additional brick workouts and getting your body prepared for that. So knowing that I want to increase my running volume, but I'm also very likely to get injured if I do so in an unsafe manner, I'm looking at increasing my volume safely and increasing my durability very gradually with runs that I can stay nice and controlled in. Now, speaking of nice and controlled, let me go pretty myself up and I'll bring back in the before and the after photo of 1 month of working with this physio. All right, better. Look how pretty I've become, hey? A little trim of the beard, a little trim of the side. Don't smell nearly as bad. We are winning. Okay, so what we've got here on the left is me about 5 weeks ago, a week before I'd gone to see the physiotherapist. And on the right is me 2 days ago, the day before I saw the physiotherapist after following his protocol for 4 weeks. And what he wanted to build in me is what he was seeing is like, as I was running with my left foot, it would land and then my knee would shake and turn in because my glute med wasn't strong enough to keep it stable. And he figured that that is what was causing a lot of my Achilles pain because I was constantly getting that gyration with every single foot strike. And he gave me a routine, which I will link to, bam, right up there. I did it religiously 3 times a day for the last 4 weeks and went in yesterday and he was very excited to see this. So take a look at this. Gonna have to play it in super slow motion. So watch this. Watch the left foot before. There you go. Okay. Right there you can see that my knee is pointed dead straight, lands, and then boom, it's pointed inwards. Look at me 2 days ago, pointed nice and straight. Let's go forward a little bit more and you'll see what happens with my femur. He said it was my left femur that was turning in. And look right there as my knee is turning in and bam, my entire left femur was collapsing inwards. Look over at just 2 days ago, boom, dead straight. And he looked at this and he was like, oh my God, you got to put a side-by-side on this. I mean, I'm not good on social media, but you got to put a side-by-side. And I was like, Tony, I think you're better at social media than you think. This is gold, man. So he gave me the okay to run. We are running again here, folks. Slowly, 5 minutes at a time. This means I might be able to pick a race sometime soon. So thank you for watching Triathlon Traniacs. If you aren't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button below. If you're into long-form triathlon podcasts with pros, industry representatives, go check out the Triathlon Taren podcast. It's the most frequently rated triathlon podcast in the world. Or if you want more tri tips, we do a daily Triathlon Trainee Ask podcast where every single weekday you get a triathlon tip in under 10 minutes. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button. Later.